So this is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna start with cardboard and we're gonna start mocking up the box because we're gonna try to build a somewhat custom box. Just make some cardboard real quick. Some people. So this is the crazy part. All right. I haven't built a lot of audio systems. I've built a handful maybe, but I've always had like a table saw or somebody that had some more experience to help me out. So we don't have much. We're gonna use a skill saw. We're out, you know, COVID got us working from home, so we're gonna be using whatever we're able to get from Home Depot and stuff like that, and we're gonna make it happen. So we're gonna show that you don't always need all those table saws and, you know, all that stuff and nail guns and all that. You don't always need that. You can make it happen. So any of you guys at home that want to take a look and learn, this is for you. Here. 31 inches. That's gonna be that. Measure this 31 inches. Try to make 2 panels at once. This cut. I wish we could cut wood this easily. We would make all nice straight cuts. Sacrifice my little table. Bam. All right. Top and bottom. I'm gonna say that's the bottom. Nope. That has to go in the spot. That has to go. That's 11 and a half. So you gotta remember one thing when you're doing these boxes. Our MDF is actually 3/4 of an inch thick, whereas this cardboard is barely any thickness. So we have to always add that into the math. So when you're thinking about something being 11 inches, you're gonna have 3 1/4 and 3 1/4, so that's 1.5 inch that you have to account for. All right, so don't start building your box and then you're left over with all this extra material. Okay, so now that I'm trying to build this to fit my trunk, I have to always think about all these edges. So that's why it looks like it doesn't fit. But once we do the actual face, we're gonna make sure that that face hides all that in there, and that is gonna give us the room for the amplifier to hide. So the amp is gonna be right here on the side, and then we'll have a nice little cover to be able to hide all this. Bottom on that one, and then I put top on this one. Then what we do is we grab these, we trace it on the MDF, and we'll have this in real wood. Bottom. All right. So again, since we're going to add a slant, right? We can't have the bottom and the top being the same sides because that's gonna give us a nice rectangle box. So if you notice here in my drawing, I already accounted for that. The top one is actually only 6 inches, not 11 inches. Okay, so this top one we're gonna chop down to be a little bit smaller. To the point where I think you for real. Had too many drinks, time to hit road. Got shine behind the wheel, letting man break code. When the universe made you, they had to break mode, but they ain't finish your heart cause it's still so cold. So much time on the beat spent. Who thought we reached the point we don't speak again? When the speaking ends and another one starts creeping in is when you pop up. Notice that the space from the bottom of this seat right here to where we want to go to that break. See that break? Okay, so we got the right distance. Because of this slant, this has to be smaller so that when the face is nice and straight, this now touches the back of that seat. Perfect. Hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. I'm hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. I'm hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. I'm hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. Now we're going down shots of road. I'm in that burgundy SL. Yeah, it's only 2 days old. It's from 95 shit, but it's new to me. Drop a rag when that bitch let the sun through to me. I thought you was a bad girl, only true to me. You know what that round bottom really do to me. I'm a modern day Basquiat, eating lobster bisque. Right now, since we're just doing it by cardboard, we're just gonna be using tape and stuff like that, glue it up there. Sometimes maybe even crazy glue, put little drops of crazy glue, get everything fixed. But then once we put the box together, some people choose to use like wood glue and nails. We're gonna go with liquid nails and screws. That allows us to bump a little harder with things not giving out, right? A nail isn't gonna hold as long as a screw is. Sides. See how that fits right there. And that fits right there. And obviously the top part. Alright, 13. Alright, 31 by 13. We need the back pieces. 31 by 13. Need to get enough cardboard here. I'm just gonna grab some duct tape. Sometimes I grab some, or not sometimes, the few times that I've done this, a little bit of some super glue. But like I said, usually I'm not a big audio boxer. I like doing custom stuff, but audio is just one of those things I try out every once in a while and it comes out alright. Okay, so I'm gonna need this. Okay. There.
Last time, putting my level on chill, at least to the point where I think you for real. Had too many drinks, time to hit road. I shine behind the wheel, letting man break code. When the universe made you, they had to break mode, but they ain't finished your heart cause it's still so cold. So much time on the beat spent. We thought we reached the point we don't speak again. When the season ends and another one starts creeping in, is when you pop up, try to sneak back in. You know I need those hips.
Now I'm basically putting it together like a puzzle. That's the reason why I label them so I know which one goes where. Now I'm putting this together like a puzzle. Okay. Look, there it is. It's got an angle. Okay. Now I gotta do the sides.
Hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. I'm hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. I'm hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. I'm hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. Now we're going down shots of road. I'm in that burgundy SL. Yeah, it's only 2 days old. It's from 95 shit, but it's new to me. Drop a rag on that bitch, let the sun through to me. I thought you was a bad girl, only true to me. You know what that round bottom really do to me. I'm a modern day Basquiat, eating lobster bisque in a 4-star establishment. Salad with the light radishes, making sure my whole team got them extra cabbages. Without you with me, I'm with the savages. My heart was pure, and see you calloused it. Had plans for the future, so elaborate. Your choice was to play games in this labyrinth. How you move your hips is so talented. You got me in a trance, but I got the magic stick. You topless on the yacht, just imagine it. Seems like it's infinite, all the cash I get. But don't try to play me like you cashing in. It's your frequency that got me after it. No more shots for me, I'm in my zone. I'ma grab my cones and roll my smoke. What's the chance I get to take you home? Cause that love you got won't leave me alone. I'm hit for sure, but I meant what I spoke. I'm hit for sure.
Alright, now we'll continue working on the trunk. Bam, bam, bam. Got a little bit of some. We got some rain, but we ain't gonna let that stop us. Some of you guys are probably asking yourself why I'm building a cardboard box first and why not just out of wood. Well, right now what I'm trying to do is, if you guys go online, go to the12volt.com, or there's other websites that will tell you how to build a box, because you need the exact amount of space in here for a subwoofer, okay? So if you build your box too big, it doesn't sound ideal. If you build your box too small, it doesn't sound ideal. So what I'm doing now is I'm building this box custom, but then now that I have a setup, I'm gonna make sure that I have enough space for my subs. So if you go to the 12 volt, they'll help you with ohms, they'll help you with setting up a port, what you'll need and stuff like that. So that's a good place to go check it out. So that's basically why I did it. I just want to make sure I have all the math right. One of my friends in high school's dad taught me something. He was a lawyer, but before he was a lawyer, he was a carpenter. He always taught me, measure twice, cut once. I'm sorry. Yeah, he always taught me that. Measure twice, cut once. So we're gonna measure this up. We're We're gonna cut it one time, go in there, but we're gonna get it right that first time. Look how perfect that fits, bro! That don't fit perfect. Alright, that jump goes right up to the back seat. Boom. Alright. Look what happens now when we put the seats down. This box is actually taking the shape of that seat. Okay, so we're maximizing the room. We're not just going straight down and losing this little bit of space. Okay, so since the box is a little smaller, I went ahead and got a little bit more volume by making it that way. It's a nicer fit, and obviously when we're done, it's gonna say Auto Elite Customs right back here. Nice, nice, nice. It's gonna go right on the side like this. Boom. Somewhere right there. All right, so it doesn't fit the way I thought. That's why we're building out of cardboard first. So it's like 1 centimeter off. I wonder if we take this piece off. I think if we take this piece off, it'll fit perfectly right there. It's snug. We don't want it snug. We want it to fit all the way in there. Eventually, it will sit like this. That's what we're expecting it to do. And it looks like it's not gonna work. It looks like it's not gonna work. The reason why, remember, we only have 6 inches up top. I was thinking about the amp at the bottom. It does fit the bottom, but we now have a slant. So this amp will not fit right there. We will find a new location for it. We scrap plan A, we go to plan B.